Hi, welcome to Second Grade Productions Extreme Tutorial Series. Today, we're looking at a spotlight. Just your general, run-of-the-mill, halogen lamp-based spotlight you might find in any moderately funded high school theater program. So the first thing you're going to want to know is how to turn this thing on, which might sound like a weird thing to teach you, but you'd be surprised at how many high schoolers I have who struggle to do it. So you just press the switch. Most of the noise comes from the fan, which can actually be kind of loud. So it's on. I mean, you can hear it, and you can see light seeping out in places, but it's on and it's ready, but you wouldn't want the light to be unleashed as soon as you flip the switch. So to get the light to come out of the thing, you have to slide over these shutter thingies. Each thingy is color-coded with its own thingy color. So if you want to unleash white light, you of course slide the gray thingy over. You have to leave that one open if you want any light to come out at all. If you close that one and then slide over the green thingy, the only thing you'll be unleashing is disappointment.
Hulk smash!
So, gray thingy slide over, other colors slide over, and you can combine as many colors as you want to, but the more filters you put in front of the light, the dimmer the light's going to be. So if you put all the thingies over, it's not going to make a rainbow, it's just going to make kind of murky brown darkness. When you want to end light, you just slide the gray thingy back over, and it's a good idea to slide the other colors back too. But that's just on and off, and as you can see, there are a lot more knobs and switches on the back here that you should probably learn about. These are called little red knob, the black handle, and that slider thing at the bottom right you shouldn't really mess with. We'll start with the black handle because that's the one you're going to use the most. It's pretty simple. You make the circle of light bigger or smaller by twisting the black handle. Bigger, smaller. Bigger, smaller, bigger. So I'm not going to talk about this anymore because it's pretty easy to understand, but you'll use this all the time. So then there's little red knob. This one controls a shutter that closes off the light from top to bottom. So technically it's another way to turn on the light and turn off the light like the gray thingy was. But with the gray thingy, when you slide that over, you get a nice dimming effect. The circle shape of the light just gets dimmer and brighter as you slide it across. While little red knob closes into something of a rectangular shape. This may not sound ideal, but there are plenty of situations where you might want to shutter the shape of the light like this. Like when a part of the set would reflect the light too much, avoiding the illumination of a set piece or an actor farther upstage.
Leaving me an orphan!
Or when one of your actors has a very rectangular head and so it just makes sense.
Give 'em the old razzle-dazzle, razzle-dazzle-um.
And then there's that slider thing at the bottom right you shouldn't really mess with. That slider thing at the bottom right you shouldn't really mess with changes the focus of something inside the thing and generally makes your light look stupid and terrible. So just leave it alone, unless you want your light to look weird and bad, in which case just adjust it until it's as terrible as you want your light to be. So thanks for, oh yeah, totally, I remembered this big black knob on the side here. This isn't something you'd want to do during a show, but it does change the focus of the light, so check it out and adjust it to your liking. Okay, so that's the basics, but how do you actually use this during a show? Doing it well is actually harder than most people assume. Generally speaking, you'll want one hand ready to release the light on the thingies, another hand on the back of it ready to help aim the light smoothly, another hand on the black handle to make sure you can adjust size on the fly, and another hand for giving a thumbs up or alternative gesture when your stage manager tells you what an awful job you're doing. So good luck with that. Actors have an uncanny ability to avoid the light, making it look like the spotlight operator doesn't know what they're doing, when in fact the actors are missing their marks and not hitting their cues.
Jessica, didn't you get my phone call?
Yes, Ryan, I got your stupid phone call. But lately, I've just been trying to work on myself. And honestly, I think you're trying to hinder that.
Wow,
Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving's coming up.
That's
You
what I was
gotta
just about to say. Thanksgiving is coming up. And I'm thankful that you're out of my life, Ryan.
Wow, you're so ungrateful.
We broke up for a reason.
So that's it. I mean, yeah, you're going to have to replace the light bulbs every now and then, but we don't call them light bulbs, we call them lamps, which is just to confuse the new people. And replacing these is probably a job for your technical director or other instructor, because these lamps, as with any lamp in a theater instrument, get extremely hot immediately upon turning them on. No joke. If you were to just reach in and replace the lamp, which is extremely difficult by the way, it would just kind of be the worst idea imaginable. you would immediately damage your hand with third-degree burns and have to be rushed to a hospital. I'm not kidding about this. Don't touch these. So now you sort of probably know how to use a spotlight, which means it's the end of this extreme tutorial. But there's a lot more to learn in life, so there will be more. Thanks for watching.